What up, earthlings? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Marin and welcome. Hey guys, hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back, and in today's video I wanted to talk about something I talk about in all of my videos, and I had a couple people reach out to me and ask me if I would make this video. So here we are, and it's going to be about how to love yourself. Let's be honest, we aren't really taught how to love ourselves growing up, the majority of us. You know, a lot of the times self-love can get a bad rep. You know, it can come across as being conceited or full of oneself, or, you know, being a narcissist. And I'm not talking about narcissism or conceit or anything on that line. I'm not talking about being obsessed with yourself in an egotistical way. I'm talking about self-love in a way that really will help change your life. And without self-love, you can't really give love out, I don't think. Self-love is such an important thing that we all really need to work on every day. And we all love ourselves when we're born, but we grow up in this world that we grow up in, and we get conditioned to kind of hate on ourselves and bash on ourselves. And usually we're in our minds saying a lot more negative things about ourselves than positive. And when you train your mind and learn how to actually really love who you are, your life will begin to change, and the things and the people and everything around you will begin to change too, because it really does all start within. You hear that a lot, that everything starts within, but it's an honest fact. Like, it really, really does. So when you go within and heal all of your wounds and really start to figure out who you are and love yourself, everything around you changes. Because when you feel love within and you're giving out that loving frequency, you're going to get love back to you. And I really think that the whole reason we're on this planet and on this journey is to experience love and to just be happy and joyous. And without self-love, it's going to be a tough ride for you. So without further ado, let's just jump on into the video. Like, wouldn't it be so awesome if there was a course in school that was about self-love and we were taught this from a young age? Like, how different the world would be. But we're not really taught a lot of these useful life lessons that could like change our lives and change the planet, which, you know, is pretty unfortunate. But times are changing. Now we have things like YouTube where you can pretty much find anything you want. And yeah, there's a lot of people out there already speaking about self-love and the importance of it. Because if everybody went inside and loved themselves, holy crap, would the world be like a 100% different place. Because fear, anger, you know, all these bad emotions or negative emotions that arise come from a place that's not love, and it doesn't come from a place of self-love. And, you know, working on yourself is the best thing that each one of us can do to really make this world a better place. So these are just going to be a couple things along my journey that have really helped me contain self-love. I'm still working on self-love every day, and I don't think I had a lot of it, you know, until lately, when I really started to respect myself and respect my body and everything that goes along with that. So one of the first things I want to talk about is ridding toxic people from your life. Now, this can be a hard one, especially when you get in the comfort zone of the friends that you're hanging around, or it could even be family members. Now, obviously you're not going to cut your family members out of your life, but if it's at all possible for you, if some of your family members are very negative and bring you down and you just feel like you're a different person around them, or they just aren't on the same frequency as you anymore, maybe take a break for a while. And that's a different story if you live with them, I understand. But like I've talked about in my video about how to not absorb other people's energy, really just try to hold your own energy high and not let them affect you as much. And I know that can be easier said than done, but if you really work on yourself, if you really work on your inner self and try to just hold that vibration at a steady level and not let other people affect you, that's one thing you could do. But if you aren't living with these family members, maybe try to cut contact for a while. You know, tell them you're working on yourself, and when you lead by positive example without pushing your views or ways on other people, they'll come around and they'll come to you. But maybe they won't. I mean, some people really fear change, and they're going to see your life turning around, and their subconscious mind is going to be like, well, I didn't change my life. And they're going to be very defensive and maybe come at you in an attacking type of way. So just try to rid negative people in our lives. And I know that can be hard. I mean, there's plenty of people in my life that I used to consider my best friends or that I was really close to. But once I started actually loving myself and I stopped doing toxic behaviors and I stopped bad habits and I started making good habits, it's amazing how many people you just kind of fall out of contact with. And, you know, there's people in my life who I knew were toxic, and I would keep giving them second and third and fourth chances, you know, like maybe they're gonna come around, and then the universe would always show me something and take them back out of my life for a reason. Or, you know, I would forgive someone for something, and then immediately after we would get in a really bad argument, and my vibration would always just be lower, and I'm like, okay, this is the universe telling me to get this person out of my life. They served a purpose, and I learned a lesson from them. Maybe they learned a lesson from me, but now our time is over, and there's really no reason to continue to hang around people who are toxic for you, because you are the people that you hang around. If you want to be a lion, hang out in the lion den. If you want to be a monkey, hang out in the trees. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a fish, swim in the ocean. Whoever you're hanging around and spending the majority of your time with is who you are becoming. You are the people that you surround yourself with. So really take that into consideration, because if you're hanging around with a bunch of negative people who don't want to be happy and who don't want to push themselves and who don't want to, you know, make something of their lives and don't want to be happy, and if they're always complaining and talking about how, you know, they're broke or they're suffering or this and that, that's going to be your experience as well. I know personally, thinking back to, you know, old cliques and groups that I used to hang around, and, you know, we would all just sit around and complain. You really are who you hang around. And yeah, my circle's gotten a lot smaller. I spend a lot more time with myself, but that's okay, because getting to know yourself is the next step I'm going to talk about. And yeah, so the second thing I want to say is spend time with yourself. Learn who you are without everyone around you all the time. Shamelessly gonna throw out one of my other videos right now. I have a video about how spending time by yourself can really help you and can really expand your growth and your awakening on this journey, because so many of us don't spend enough time with ourselves. We either jump from relationship to relationship, or we're constantly distracting ourselves, and we never really sit with ourselves and figure out who we are. And I think that when you actually give yourself some alone time, that's when you start to figure out who you are. And when you start to figure out who you are, you'll fall in love with yourself. And that's great, because I think that we all should be our own best friends, because at the end of the day, all you have is you. Nobody else can control your happiness. Nobody else can pull your mindset into a happy, positive place except you. Nothing else in this world can make you happy except you. So at the end of the day, it's just you. And you have to really realize that and learn that you need to rely and fall back on yourself, because at the end of the day, you are all that you have internally. And when you can fall back on yourself knowing that everything will be okay, it's a great comforting feeling. And I know that's hard if you have families and you're busy. Even if it's just when you're in the shower, close your eyes and meditate, say the things you're grateful for. Just try to find some alone time at some point in your day, just to kind of unwind and relax and get in your mind, figure out who you are. Yeah, I feel like I didn't know who I was until, you know, recently, like 7-8 months ago. I was jumping from relationship to relationship and doing toxic things to my body, putting toxic things in my body, just trying to escape reality all the time. And I think it was because I just didn't want to sit with myself. I didn't have self-love. So I was constantly, looking for relationships, for other people to love me, to fill this void. And that's not healthy because, like I mentioned before, you can't rely on anybody else for your happiness except yourself. And when you accept yourself and love yourself and figure out who you are, then that's when you contain self-love. And when you contain self-love, that's when you can start giving out love to other people. But I was constantly jumping from relationship to relationship to fill this void. Like, oh, well, I'm feeling depressed and down and out, so I need this person to love me. I need this person and this person and this person to love me because I don't love myself. But what happened to all those relationships? They all failed because I still didn't have self-love. So when they loved me, or whatever it was, it still fell short and I was still unhappy. And it was because I didn't love myself. And ultimately that's what we all want deep down inside. Our souls want us to love ourselves and to accept ourselves. And when we do that, that's when you're really going to find people who really truly do love you. Because what you project is what you get back. And when you treat your body and your mind and your soul right, that's when other people are going to treat your body and your mind and your soul right. Because that's just how it works. So another thing you can do to really help love yourself is follow your gut instincts. If you have a hunch about something or someone, follow that. If you feel really negative or in a bad mood when you're around certain people, trust that. If you feel like you want to move somewhere else to change your life and feel better because you feel stuck, do it. We have these gut instincts for a reason. And that's why they call it the gut instinct, is because our guts literally have a second brain. Listen to it. We don't just feel these things for random reasons. And when you follow what your heart is telling you, and your mind and your body and your soul and everything in you is telling you to do something, follow that. Because underneath all of that is what your passion is. There's a reason why you feel such an urge to do certain things. Do it. Follow that. Don't wait till tomorrow, wait till Monday, just do it. Leap and the net will appear. You have to trust the universe. That's what it's all about. Trust, have faith in knowing that your gut instincts aren't going to steer you wrong, because that's why we have them there. It's our inner knowing, it's our inner soul being like screaming at you to do that, to follow your passion, follow what you love. And you'll be on the path to loving yourself. And to go along with that, do things that make you happy. If going to the beach every day makes you happy, do it. If sitting in your house reading a book makes you happy, do that. Whatever it is that makes you happy, do it. Do things that raise your vibration. And that's going to lead me into these next few things I want to talk about. And that's the food you eat and exercise. To really love yourself, you need to really love and respect your body. So if you're putting negative energy and negative toxic food into your body, that's how you're going to feel. You are what you eat isn't just some hippy-dippy quote. It's real. You are what you eat. Everything holds a vibration, and high-frequency vibrating foods are going to raise your vibration, and lower vibrating foods are going to lower your vibration. 7-day vegan challenge, baby. Shout out to Ralph Smart. I've been a vegan for a couple months now, and I feel amazing. Because I'm putting high vibrational, whole plant-based foods in my body. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and be a vegan, but personally, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like eating animals and animal products lowers your vibration. Nothing needs to die for us to live. I'm eating these healthy living fruits and vegetables and plant-based foods, and that's giving me tons of energy and tons of nutrition that's really good for my body and really making me feel fueled and happy and energetic. And I'm such an empath, especially for animals, so it's no wonder why I feel so much happier now, because when I was eating all this meat and dairy, it was lowering my vibration. Because the way I see it, when these animals die, and I know I'm not the only one that thinks this way, if you don't agree, that's fine, but the way that we're treating these animals, the horrific conditions that these animals are going through, they feel that. They feel all that pain. They get depressed. These animals never see the light of day. They're being chained up, they're being tortured, they're being raped, they're being artificially inseminated, they're being robbed of life. And they're getting their babies taken from them immediately. You don't think these animals feel that? They absolutely do. And that negative, depressed energy goes into the meat. And then when you consume that meat, you're getting that vibration. This whole world is energy. Everything on this planet is energy. And when you're eating that negative, depressed, sad energy and dead flesh from something that's no longer living, all I can think is that that's going to lower your vibration. It feels good to eat all these healthy foods, the colors of the rainbow every day, and have so many options and choices. And I know that every time I eat, I'm raising my vibration and I'm putting awesome, energy-fueled superfoods into my body. And that raises my vibration. And that gives me self-love because I'm respecting myself enough to put live, healthy fruits and vegetables, grains, all these good things into my body. And when I respect my body, that's really showing your body self-love. I wasn't showing my body self-love when I was eating all this meat. I wasn't showing my body self-love when I'm eating these poor animals that were tortured their whole lives. And when you're putting junk food into your body, that's not respecting your body, that's not self-love. It's very interesting because so many of us on this awakening spiritual path end up going vegan. And there's that connection there. It's because we're experiencing self-love, and when you really have it, you're like, you just don't want to eat animals anymore. It's just something I have absolutely no desire to do, and I know 100% I will never go back to eating animals. And it's because I'm practicing self-love. I'm putting high vibrational things into my body because I love myself that much that I refuse to put negative energy into my body. I refuse to put that sadness and that artery clogging protein and that artery clogging fat into my body when I can get way more nutrients from fruits, vegetables, plants, grains, whole foods, everything. And that goes along with exercise. I mean, we aren't meant to be sedentary beings. If we were, we wouldn't have legs. We wouldn't have arms. We wouldn't have the lung capacity that we have. We wouldn't have feet. We wouldn't have toes. We wouldn't have hands. We are meant to be active. Get your heart rate up. Get your body moving. Get your blood flow pumping through you. Get those organs working. They want to feel vitality. They want to feel alive. And when you start doing that, you'll fall in love with yourself. Now, I'm not saying, work out to look good and loving yourself is all about, being vain. But let's be honest, when you look good to yourself, you feel good within. And when you continue to work out and do exercises and do activities that you enjoy, that gets your endorphins going and you feel good. And when you keep doing it day in and day out and you see results in the mirror, you feel proud of yourself. You feel proud that you stuck to your goals, that you're actually seeing results, and you feel great. You feel proud of yourself. You feel physically good. You look good, and you look good and you feel proud of yourself. That's inner love. That inner love starts snowballing and starts growing. So just think if you kept doing that every day, you'll really start to love yourself because you're respecting your body. Say, I love myself so much that I'm not going to put these bad things in my body. I love myself so much that I'm going to get up and go for a run today. I love myself so much that my organs and lungs and my legs and feet deserve to get some movement. Get out in nature. Go for a beach walk. Go walk in the forest barefoot. Grounding is so important. Connect with nature. That's another way how to love yourself. Get into nature more. We live in this concrete jungle, so many of us, and we don't get the sunlight, which is awesome vitamin D. So many people have vitamin D deficiencies now. We need the sunlight. The planet doesn't survive without the sun. And then we have these people slathering these chemical-ridden sunscreens on. You know, it's ridiculous. Get out into nature. Breathe in the fresh air. Take your shoes off. Ground. Ground yourself. If you don't know what grounding is, I highly suggest you look into it because it's amazing for the body. Get into nature. Connect with nature. Look around and see the beauty in nature. Like, there's so much beauty in nature. You know, if you actually stop looking at your phone, stop taking selfies, and you actually look around, this planet is beautiful and nature is beautiful. And when you get into nature and you start connecting with nature, you start seeing that we are a part of that nature. We are Mother Nature's creation as well. And that'll help you really learn self-love because we're all connected, we're all one, we're all in this together. So another thing you can do to improve self-love is stop caring what other people think. You really have to just let it go. There's always going to be haters out there. There's always going to be contradictory information out there. There's always going to be somebody saying you can't, that you won't, that you shouldn't, that you know, whatever. There's always going to be haters. It's the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the hot and the cold, the up and the down. Beat your own drum. Follow what you like doing. Stop caring what other people are doing and what they think. If you look crazy to them, fine. But I'll tell you something. Once you start improving your life and having self-love and doing all these positive habits and changing your life for the better, these people that once, you know, made fun of you or hating on you will come around and they're going to start asking you for advice. Oh, what are you doing? You know, there's so many people that mocked me for my diet, you know, and make fun of vegans, but those are the people that are private messaging me later asking me, you know, how to do it, how to stop eating meat and dairy, you know, what exercise am I doing, your skin looks great, your body looks great, this and that. Lead by positive example, and people will want to know what you're doing. Don't just talk about things, you know, be about it. Walk the walk. If you're sitting there and you're caring about what Tom, Dick, and Sally thinks about you, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You know, and that's one thing I'm really working on, is to not push my ideas or my ways on people, but to just live my truth. And when I'm living my truth, and people around me see how happy I am, and they, you know, see that I do have self-love, and there's no shame in that. That it's amazing how many people want to know what you're doing. Instead of, you know, people making fun of you or mocking you, these are the people that are asking you for advice. So instead of getting up on a soapbox and being like, oh, you should live this certain way, and pushing your opinions on people, just do you. live that positive lifestyle. Lead by example. Be that shining light. Be the light in the dark. And watch them come to you like moths to a flame. It really is truth. You know, we are taught that loving ourselves is a thing to be shameful about. Well, you can't love yourself. That's conceited. That's arrogant. That's you being stuck on yourself. That couldn't be further from the truth. Because when you absolutely love yourself, that's when you can project that love and give out that love. You can't pour from an empty cup. So actually loving yourself is the least selfish thing you can do, because when you don't love yourself, you're constantly trying to take love from other people. But when you love yourself, you're giving love back to people. You see? And I'm not talking about being a narcissist, but actually really loving who you are. You know, we live in this social media era right now where everything looks perfect from a screen. And we look in the mirror and the first thing we do is pick ourselves apart instead of pointing out the things we do love. So every day, just really try to look in the mirror and find things about yourself that you love. Write them down. Write down these things that you love about yourself, even if it's just something little. If you can't think of a lot right now, find anything that you can to love about yourself. And when you do this every day, you'll see that list continue to grow. You are the only person that is you on the planet. There's multiple copies of everything else on this planet except you. That's your power. Own it. Nobody else is you. There's not one single person on this planet that has the same DNA as you. That's an amazing thing. We are so unique. Every single one of us. Why would you want to be somebody else? The fact that nobody else is you makes you 1 in a billion, literally. And you're gonna sit and pick on yourself and hate on yourself? There's only one of you. Make it shine as bright as you can and vibrate as high as you can and be as happy as you can, because that's the point of us being here. Own who you are. Love who you are, because you only get this one time in this particular body to love yourself. Why not? You're only in this particular meat suit one time and you're going to choose to hate on it? Don't be a hater like everybody else. Love yourself and watch the world around you unfold, because when you have internal love, you're vibrating at a high frequency. When you're vibrating at that high frequency, more of that love frequency is going to come overflowing into your life, and you're going to live an awesome, happy, love-filled, joyous life every time. So I hope this video helped you guys. Honestly, self-love is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Just remember that. It really will change your entire world. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to click subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little bell icon. Otherwise, now YouTube will not let you know when I upload videos unless you click that bell icon. And to all my lovers out there, I send you love and light. And to all my haters out there, I send you extra love and light and many hugs. Go get to loving yourself. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, Earthlings. Bye.